Hey, 49ers faithful. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. The rumor that has taken over conversations among fans, insiders, and content creators around the league right now sounds almost unreal. But it keeps growing louder with every passing hour, and it centers on the idea that the San Francisco 49ers may have already identified their next defensive superstar. Whispers coming from behind closed doors suggest that the organization sees Dallas Turner as more than just another talented edge rusher. Inside the building, the comparison that keeps surfacing is bold and provocative, with some voices daring to label him as the next great BOSA-type presence for this defense. This is not being framed as a simple roster move or a short-term adjustment, but as a potential shift in the identity of the defense for years to come. The 49ers are known for betting on defensive dominance, for building units that intimidate before the ball is even snapped, and the idea of bringing in a player like Turner fits perfectly within that philosophy. The buzz is not about what has already happened, but about what could happen, and that sense of anticipation is exactly what fuels these rumors. Fans are imagining how his speed, power, and relentless motor could blend into a system that thrives on chaos and pressure. Analysts are quietly debating whether this is the front office preparing for the future or making a statement about the present. In this moment, the speculation feels alive, electric, and impossible to ignore. What makes this rumor even more compelling is the way Dallas Turner's name is being spoken in the same breath as elite defenders who have defined this franchise in recent seasons. The 49ers do not casually make comparisons, especially not to players who have become symbols of excellence and consistency. According to the chatter, the coaching staff believes Turner brings a rare combination of explosiveness off the edge and discipline against the run, a balance that is not easy to find. The idea floating around is that he could be molded into a cornerstone player, someone who does not just flash potential, but sustains dominance year after year. This is where the BOSA comparison gains strength, not as a claim that Turner will immediately replicate that level of production, but as a statement about the ceiling the team believes he possesses. In these rumors, there is talk of how his mentality aligns with the culture in San Francisco, a culture that values preparation, toughness, and a relentless approach to every snap. The speculation paints a picture of a player who thrives in big moments, who feeds off the energy of a demanding fan base, and who could elevate the entire defensive unit. Whether this belief is rooted in deep evaluation or optimistic projection remains unclear, but the excitement surrounding the possibility continues to grow. Another layer to this speculation comes from the strategic angle, where observers are trying to read between the lines of recent decisions and comments. The 49ers have always been deliberate, sometimes even secretive, when planning major defensive moves. Rumors suggest that Turner is viewed not just as an addition, but as a chess piece in a larger plan designed to keep the defense dominant regardless of future changes. The narrative being whispered is that this move would allow the team to stay aggressive, versatile, and unpredictable, qualities that have defined their best defensive stretches. There's talk that Turner's versatility could open up creative packages, allowing coordinators to disguise pressure and confuse opposing offenses. This is not being framed as a reactionary move, but as a proactive one, a way to stay ahead in a league that constantly adapts. The speculation even touches on leadership, with some insiders hinting that Turner's presence could energize the locker room and push veterans to elevate their own performance. While none of this is confirmed, the consistency of the chatter suggests that the idea is being taken seriously in influential circles. In the world of rumors, repetition often signals that something meaningful is being discussed behind the scenes. Fans, of course, have taken this speculation and run with it, filling timelines and comment sections with visions of what the defense could become. The idea of another elite edge presence in San Francisco has sparked emotional reactions, ranging from cautious optimism to full-blown excitement. Supporters are imagining opposing quarterbacks feeling pressure from every angle, offense is forced to adjust game plans before the opening snap. The Turner rumor taps into a deep desire among fans to see the defense continue its legacy of intimidation and dominance. There is also an emotional component tied to continuity, the belief that the franchise can maintain its identity even as individual players come and go. This is where the BOSA comparison resonates most strongly, as it symbolizes not just a player, but an era of defensive excellence. The speculation suggests that the front office understands this emotional connection and is willing to lean into it. Even skeptics admit that the fit makes sense on paper, which only adds fuel to the fire. In the absence of official confirmation, imagination fills the gaps, and for many fans, that imagination paints a thrilling picture. From a broader league perspective, the rumor has not gone unnoticed. Other teams are reportedly keeping an eye on the situation, aware that a move like this could shift the balance of power. The 49ers already command respect, and the idea of adding another potential game-changer on defense raises eyebrows across the conference. Speculation suggests that rival coaches are already considering how they would counter a defense that features Turner's skill set. This kind of reaction, even at the rumor stage, speaks to the perceived impact of the move. It is not just about adding talent, but about sending a message that the 49ers intend to remain a defensive force. The whispers imply that the organization is thinking long-term, willing to invest in players who could define the next chapter of its identity. Whether this is strategic misdirection or a genuine plan remains to be seen, but the noise surrounding the rumor continues to grow. In a league where perception can be almost as powerful as reality, the idea alone is enough to command attention. As the first wave of speculation settles, the conversation naturally shifts toward what this could mean in practice if it becomes reality. The second part of this rumor narrative dives deeper into the imagined impact, the hypothetical scenarios, and the long-term implications of Dallas Turner wearing the colors of San Francisco. Supporters and analysts alike are exploring how his presence could influence defensive schemes, personnel decisions, and even the psychological edge the team carries into every matchup. The speculation is no longer just about whether the move could happen, but about how it would reshape the team's future. This is where the rumor transforms from a simple headline into a full-blown storyline, one that invites endless discussion and debate. In these imagined scenarios, Turner is not simply inserted into the lineup, but integrated as a focal point of the defense. The chatter suggests that coaches see him as someone who can be trusted in high-leverage moments, a player who does not shy away from responsibility. The idea is that his athleticism and instincts would allow the defense to remain aggressive without sacrificing discipline. Speculation paints him as a player who could thrive in complex schemes, reading offenses quickly and reacting with precision. This vision aligns with the 49ers' reputation for maximizing defensive talent through smart coaching and clear roles. The rumor suggests that Turner would be given the tools and freedom to develop into a complete defender, not just a situational pass rusher. This imagined development path fuels excitement, as fans envision a player who grows into his role and eventually becomes a leader on the field. While none of this is confirmed, the consistency of the narrative suggests that many believe this would be a natural fit rather than a forced experiment. Another aspect of the speculation focuses on the ripple effect throughout the roster. The idea is that adding a player like Turner could elevate everyone around him, creating more opportunities for teammates and forcing offenses to make difficult choices. Rumors suggest that this could lead to more one-on-one situations, more mistakes by opposing linemen, and more chances for turnovers. The defense, already respected, could become even more unpredictable and dangerous. This kind of impact goes beyond individual performance, touching on the collective confidence of the unit. The speculation implies that the front office values this kind of synergy, understanding that great defenses are built on chemistry as much as talent. In this narrative, Turner is not just a new face, but a catalyst for sustained excellence. Whether this is optimistic projection or grounded belief is impossible to say, but it is clear that the idea resonates with those who follow the team closely. There's also a long-term angle to this rumor that cannot be ignored. The chatter suggests that the 49ers are thinking ahead, planning for continuity and stability on defense. The idea of labeling Turner as the next BOSA-type player speaks to a desire for legacy, for maintaining a standard that fans have come to expect. This speculation implies that the organization is not content with short bursts of success, but is focused on building something that lasts. In this imagined future, Turner grows into a role that carries both responsibility and expectation, becoming a symbol of the defense's identity. This kind of thinking reflects a franchise that understands the importance of narrative, of giving fans a story to believe in. The rumor, whether accurate or not, taps into that desire for continuity and greatness. Skeptics, of course, urge caution, and even within the rumor mill, there are voices reminding everyone that potential does not always translate into reality. The speculation acknowledges that comparisons can be dangerous, placing pressure on players before they have the chance to define themselves. Yet even these cautious perspectives admit that the interest itself is telling. The fact that Turner's name is being linked so strongly with the 49ers suggests that the organization sees something special. In the world of rumors, perception often precedes action, and this perception is undeniably powerful. The conversation continues to evolve, shaped by every new whisper and interpretation. Fans refresh their feeds, content creators dissect every angle, and the speculation takes on a life of its own. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. As this rumor keeps circulating, another intriguing layer begins to emerge in the way people close to the league are framing the narrative around Dallas Turner and the 49ers. The talk is no longer limited to scheme fit or raw talent, but extends into the psychological warfare that elite defenses impose before games even begin. There is speculation that simply adding a name like Turner, especially with the constant BOSA comparison attached to it, would alter how opponents prepare mentally. Offensive coordinators are rumored to already be wary of San Francisco's defensive depth, and the idea of preparing for yet another explosive edge presence could force conservative game plans. In this speculative scenario, the 49ers would not just be stacking talent, but stacking doubt in the minds of their rivals. The chatter suggests that the franchise understands how reputation shapes outcomes, how fear and hesitation can create advantages before the first snap. Turner, in this imagined role, becomes part of a larger identity, a signal that San Francisco intends to dictate terms rather than react. This rumor-driven narrative portrays the team as fully aware of the psychological side of competition, leveraging it as carefully as any tactical adjustment. Even without confirmation, the story resonates because it aligns with how dominant teams have historically operated. Another strand of speculation focuses on how this potential move would be received inside the locker room, a space fans rarely see but constantly imagine. The whispers suggest that veteran defenders would welcome the challenge and energy that Turner could bring, viewing him not as a threat, but as an opportunity to raise the collective standard. In these rumors, the presence of a highly touted young edge rusher creates a competitive environment that sharpens everyone's focus. Practices become more intense, accountability becomes stronger, and complacency has no place to hide. The idea being floated is that the 49ers thrive in this kind of atmosphere, where competition fuels growth rather than division. Turner, in this speculative version of events, is portrayed as someone eager to learn, absorb, and contribute rather than demand immediate spotlight. That perception matters because it fits the culture San Francisco is believed to protect fiercely. Fans latch onto this narrative because it suggests harmony rather than disruption, continuity rather than chaos. Whether this locker room vision is accurate or purely imagined, it reinforces why the rumor feels believable to so many. Ultimately, what keeps this speculation alive is how perfectly it aligns with the broader story fans want to believe about the 49ers. This is a franchise often described as patient, calculated, and unapologetically ambitious. The idea of identifying Dallas Turner as the next great defensive cornerstone fits that self-image almost too well. In the absence of official statements, imagination fills the silence, and imagination tends to favor narratives that feel earned rather than random. The rumor persists because it makes sense emotionally and philosophically, not just strategically. Supporters envision a seamless transition from one era of defensive dominance to another, with Turner stepping into a role that carries weight and expectation. Until clarity arrives, this story will continue to evolve, shaped by hope, logic, and the endless appetite for the next great chapter. In that space between rumor and reality, the 49ers remain at the center of conversation, and Dallas Turner remains a name that refuses to fade from spotlight. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.